Go live. All right, we're going to go to the intro, and I'll let them in. Where's he got to? There's a. Welcome to Cast the Craze podcast. I am your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George Medina. I'm not even trying to rap over those music anymore, dog. I can barely hear it. What up?
There's Johnny. Johnny, why do I have you on two screens?
Johnny's
taking
over.
I'm closing out my the laptop one.
Yes,
I'm gonna put it on the phone one.
The one that I'm talking to you on right now, right?
Now you got me on one, right?
I'm looking at you on one. The other one I'm gonna remove.
Yeah.
All right, I'm removing that. Get out of here.
There you go. Yeah, let me set that up.
Remove.
Joey Crack, first to comment. What's up, Joe? Yo, Tommy. Tommy's in the house. What up, Tommy?
Oh, I can't see yet because I'm dealing with
That's all right. You do your thing.
Evacuating John from the village.
I'll do the pleasantries. What up, fellas?
Orale.
Welcome everybody to Catch the Craze. We are on our live episode for the month of January. Happy New Year! First episode of the year live. Jonathan is having technical difficulties in the background.
Waiting for Anibal, the Animal Arroyos.
Anibal should be here soon.
You know, he's always late. He's always late.
And at around 8:30, we're going to have our friend Charles Dixon coming through.
Yes.
To chat with us and talk to us a little bit more about the project that he has. If you've watched it, you know he debuted a trailer to his comic book where he was the actor. I don't know if he directed it. I'm not really 100% sure, but it was dope. And we showed it here on the show, and he's coming back on the show to talk about it. So that's going to be fun. We have a couple of topics. We have a top 5 list. Get ready for it. Top 5 graphic novels of all time. So we'll be doing that a little later on today. We're going to be talking aliens. We're going to be talking dreams. We also want to discuss a little bit about the being that we're still in this pandemic, we want to discuss the virtual cons and whether they're helping or not helping. So, we got a full show tonight. So thank you guys for joining and watching. If you're in the house other than Joe and Tommy, shout it out. Let us know you're in here, and we'll start a little discussion. What's going on, Johnny? Is he still trying to connect?
Johnny just disappeared.
Johnny's doing his own thing. All right, Johnny. I see you, dog.
Johnny said, "I'm done." He's back. Guess who's back?
John, what up? You playing peekaboo, bro? What's going on?
You special, John. You are.
Dude. I couldn't get the sound. Are we on?
Yeah, we live, kid. We live. Joe is watching. Tommy's watching us.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Oh. Okay. Dropping S-bombs. All right. What up, dog?
Fucking good.
Oh,
hey,
easy.
Easy with the F-bombs.
Yo,
what's going on, brother?
Chilling, same old. What's Anibal?
I don't know. We're waiting for him. I like that Edgar Allan Poe joint behind you, dog.
Oh yeah. I did the whole setup. I wanted did y'all do the intro already?
Yes, we did the intro.
It's done. We're good. We're rolling.
Yes.
Dude, I wanted to play my introductory music and do my introductory dance, but
you like a wrestler, like a wrestler. like a wrestler introduction music, like that type of thing? Or what?
Absolutely. Yo, I'm still doing it. Hold on.
What up, Michael? What's going on, man? Thank you for joining, buddy.
Oh, Jonathan, what's he doing?
All right, you ready? You ready?
Oh.
It's coming on. It's coming on. Ready? All right.
Okay, Kevin Little.
I don't know if you're trying to climb a rope. What is that? What are you doing? I don't hear the music.
This is my introduction to music. Every time I come up, I do that.
It's the thunderclap.
Is that's what it is, the thunderclap? Oh, I thought you were climbing. I thought you were preparing for some sort of fucking some competition.
I didn't do the parachute, but they do the parachute.
All
So
right,
that's in it.
all right, player. I hear you. I'm trying to see what happened to Anibal. He's MIA.
I sent it to his email.
And usually that's me that messes up.
I know it's always it's weird.
I
Hold
don't
on,
know.
I'm sending. So what's going on? What's going on? Let's talk about it. What have you been up to, Johnny? Tell us what's going on in the new year. What you got going?
I have a question. I'm
Uh-oh.
sorry. I want to be on the bottom. Y'all got to switch up the positions of the boxes.
You're on
You
the
are at the
bottom,
bottom.
homie.
No, I'm at the bottom because
Yes.
I'm at the top.
No.
No, you're on the
Started
bottom.
at the
You're
bottom,
finished.
now you're here.
No, you're down there, son. You're down there. If you go on YouTube, yeah, you're at the bottom.
I'm going to go on YouTube.
No, don't touch your.
No,
screen
don't
now. Just
do
believe
it.
me, trust me. You know what? Let me just make sure from the folks out there. Is John at the bottom?
I'm still waiting on Anibal.
I'm at the bottom.
There you
I
go.
like my little corner.
Now you be down there as soon as Anibal comes in. But Johnny, what's up? Talk to me. What's going on? What's going on with you? What's going on with your projects? Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Okay. Well, I'm still doing Celestine, the Future Scope book,
Mhm.
the anthology, Celestine, Protector of Worlds, and Other Stories.
There you go.
That's been moving pretty well. Another book that I'm coming out with, well, actually, I'm representing a client, and this is big. We're only
Nice.
four pages away from the release of the book, The Lesson,
Okay.
which is written by a gentleman named Derek Peoples, with idea and concept and outline was by Derek Peoples, but the actual writing of the script I wrote, and I'm actually releasing under my company and representing this gentleman's property.
Nice. So what's the lesson about, Johnny? Tell us a little bit about the story.
Basically, it's about a young man who is really great basketball player. Like, he's the sickest guy in the neighborhood, nasty. And it's kind of a morality tale because what he does is
Oh wait, I think I see him. Who's that?
Oh, hold on, Sam. You're cutting off Mr. Syphax.
Sorry.
Mute your mic. Go ahead, Johnny. What you got?
Oh. No, but he hustles like kids for money.
Oh.
Basically, it's a moral tale of kind of like he gets his dues, and we kind of cliffhang you with what happens with them and how he tries to make a choice to change the lives of these young kids that originally he was kind of exploiting. So it really is a great morality tale.
Good job, bro. Good job.
There's somebody named Dalabo in the waiting room.
Hey, we'll take them.
But
Oh, that is
Johnny,
him.
By the way, Johnny, Mike confirmed that you are at the bottom. Michael Sammartino has confirmed that you are at the bottom. There you go.
There you go.
Mike is
There you go.
There it is.
I didn't know if it was you or a hacker. It said Dalabo.
He's at the labo.
The Labo? Oh, the Labo? It's Ebonics.
The Labo.
Oh.
He said Dalabo. He thought you were French. Dalabo.
My professors actually made that mistake too. Who is that? Who Dalabo?
That was me.
Who is that?
I was like, yo.
Edible?
I'm the,
Edible? What? Edible?
Here's my mini.
Oh, Minnie.
This is the reason I'm late.
is that what it is? Yeah, blaming on the kid.
And he's got a compadre over. Look.
Oh, look at these kids.
Oh,
You're famous.
yes. They're keeping me busy down here.
You're
there
YouTube
you
famous
go.
now. They're YouTube famous.
We got two little stars.
Hi, YouTube.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? So, Jonathan, I'm going to take what you just did a minute ago and you wanted to sing. I'm going to go. George, remember when we first did our first video show. It was our first gaming show. It was we did video games and retro games, John. And remember we sang the song to Bionic 6?
Yes.
Jonathan, you remember that dance? Oh.
Man.
Sorry.
Jonathan, you remember the dance you did?
I don't remember. I do so many dances.
So Jonathan, you got to jump in with me, and so you do, Anibal.
What's that? Catch me up. What are you guys doing?
Remember? We are a family. Dum, 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 dum. I fight for them. They fight for me. Come on, John. John just right in. There you go. John is just running.
What are we doing?
So we're waiting for you, killing time. So
kill no more.
Yo, honestly, the best dance I think that John ever did was the one at the New York Comic Con.
Yes. The split. No, the best reaction was Anibal's reaction.
Savage. Johnny, I don't know how you got up from that, bro. I don't know how you got up. And for everybody who's watching, check that out on Facebook.
Yes,
follow
word.
Jonathan. John, what's your Facebook? Jonathan Syphax. Just look you up. Check that out. He dances on one of the stages or whatever. Does a little dance, and then the half split, and then Anibal and me, we just lose it. We're like, oh, it's ridiculous.
Yo, it's one of those splits where after that you're like, he may never, share his seed after that. You know what I'm saying? He may never have kids after that.
Seed. It was good. So what up, Anibal? We caught up with Johnny a little bit. He told us about what he's working on and what he's got going on. What do you got going on, brother? What's going on with you? I know I've seen a couple of videos. I know Little Steve's Closet is out there. But what you got?
You guys move fast, man. I was late, like 5 minutes, and this whole world happened without me.
Yeah. Oh, we in it. We got in it, man.
Yeah,
we got a couple of people in there.
I've been keeping busy, man. Here, just producing content, trying to stay relevant. Now that I'm in between semesters now, I got a little Christmas break going on. I don't go back to like the middle of the month. Gotcha. So I'm trying to cram in as many unfinished projects as I have. And that pile is high. And fortunately for me, I've been lucky to get like really good clientele in terms of like my commission work. So they're okay with waiting for stuff, but I can't keep them waiting forever. So I'm going to concentrate on that. And at the same time, keep, posting up videos, keep doing my daily sketches, trying to keep up with Joe Holly.
He's in the house. He's actually watching.
I sent a few people the link just to keep in on us. And yeah, definitely. And always watching you guys like this.
You better be. You better be.
Yo, dude, honestly, okay, so all right, so people who follow Anibal will surely have seen the videos that you've been posting of your book and the videos that you got going on. Sam, I saw yours today. Duty's making a comeback. I saw your Duty video, so anybody who follows.
Yo, it got a lot of views.
Craze,
that's pretty dope.
A lot of views. So I've decided I'm going to be next. I've decided to start an independent artist video challenge. Anybody who has a comic book or a book, put that video up, tag 3 of your fellow indie creators, and have them do a video. Nice. And post those videos, and let's flood the internet with independent artist videos. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna do mine.
I like
Johnny. I'm gonna tag you in mine. I'm gonna tag Joe Holly, who I know is watching right now, and Tommy. I might have to tag you too, just because you're in. So Tommy, I know you have. Tommy's got actually a YouTube channel, and he's got actually a video that he's got out right now. Totally dope. I saw it today. So I'm gonna tag you. We're gonna start that. We're gonna start the whole independent artist video challenge.
So you want to be starting something? You got to be starting something.
Yo, inspiration, bro. You guys.
Yes.
Look at this dude.
Look at this dude.
Nah, man. We got to do it. We got to support each other, inspire each other. That's the only way we work. It's almost like being at a gym. You guys know about that, man. All 3 of you. Big time working out stars. John, you got a sweater on. You can't bless us with that. He's like, don't make me take it off.
Hey, John, did you do your intro? Did I miss your intro, John?
Yes, you did.
You did.
Damn.
Oh, you missed the intro.
Man. All right, I'll catch it on the replay.
Yeah, the bad thing about it, Annabelle, is I think every person from the island is going to hate me because I totally destroyed that dance move. But I tried.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So all right. So let's talk a little bit about the what we were going to talk about today. So, topic: dreams.
Oh,
aliens.
dreams. Yeah, Anibal said he had a lot of those dreams.
What's going on? Talk to us. Anibal, what's happening?
Man. I had a doozy. When was this? Today's what? Wednesday? It's today, right? So that had to be Sunday into Monday morning. All right. It was crazy, man. I was shook.
Oh shoot!
I'm in bed. I'm sleeping, and then my hand is kind of leaning over the side of the bed, and then I just move my fingers, and I feel a hand. Okay,
Johnny, what did I tell you about
I'm
that?
assuming. Listen. I'm assuming it's my dog. I thought it was my dog. Sometimes the dog creeps up, and he feels like it could be like a body part. So I'm feeling around, and I'm like, damn, this is skin. And I'm feeling fingernails, and I'm like, maybe it's my son. Sometimes my son creeps up to bed too. I'm like, but it felt like a big, it wasn't a kid's hand. And I try to move to tell my wife, she's sleeping next to me, and I can't move. My body's like frozen, and I'm like just looking, and I can't move my body. And I look down, I see the dog is at my feet, and I'm able to turn my eyeballs to the side. And I can see Gabby sleeping, and I feel like I'm yelling. My throat is like I'm yelling, but she's not moving. And I'm like, what the fuck, And it took about like a minute of me just like laying there till I could finally move. When I was able to like move my body, I look over and I don't see anything there. So the first thing I do, take my hand, cover my shit up. I'm shook. I'm like, oh my God. And like, how come nobody heard this? It was creepy as hell. And then I tried, I'm a logical thinking person, right? So I'm like, okay, I must have seen something during the day, or I heard a conversation, and I'm going over this in bed, like trying to think about what I saw. Nothing. That there was nothing related that I could have possibly led to that. But okay. There's always a reasonable explanation.
Okay.
I did my research. I looked it up. They said, from what I read, it's very common. It's called sleep paralysis. Okay, and it's very common that it's first time. I've never had that happen. And some of the things that you hallucinate when you're in that sleep paralysis state, it's like you're caught between worlds. You're caught between deep sleep and light sleep. I forget what the term
REM
is.
sleep.
You're like right in the middle, so you can hear and feel, but you can't move.
Right.
And the reason, here's the interesting part. The reason your body locks down so that if you have like some sort of like a reaction or whatever, you don't hurt yourself. Or you don't. So it's like a built-in lockdown system.
Interesting.
It locks your. Yeah, I was like, what? And here's the funny part. Remember the hand I mentioned?
Yeah.
One of the common hallucinations that people see are body parts, including hands.
Damn,
or they feel forces on them, like pressing down. Like it was just very. It was self-explanatory, after I looked into it. But that morning when I woke up, I told my wife, I was like, Gabby, you won't believe what the hell just happened to me.
There's a show on Netflix called Evil. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
And there's a scene where the girl is sleeping, and there's this demon that comes up and like she can't move. She can't. Bro. And it's freaky as hell. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just for the show. I didn't realize this really happened.
It's like a real thing, man. And yeah, like I was shook. Like that day that it happened, like, okay, I grew up with a superstitious family. I don't know if you guys could relate to this, but in my family, like some of the elders believe that if you had a bad dream and you told somebody about it, it wouldn't happen. Right. So once you voiced it out, you take away his power. So I'm looking for somebody to tell immediately. When I wake up that morning, I'm like, ain't nobody awake. I'm the first one awake. Who am I going to tell? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like scrambling to tell somebody this thing. And but man.
Creepy, dude.
It shook me. It never happened to me. I've had nightmares. I've had dreams, but to wake up the way I was feeling that day, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yo, just as it happened.
Anyhow, that's something like that happened to me. Remember in the car? It was called a stroke. Remember?
John, your jokes are kind of harsh. Your jokes are not really jokes.
You witnessed it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I saw what happened to you. It was nothing like that, though. It's like your body just went into like convulsions. I couldn't move my body. My body was stiff. I couldn't.
I'm worried about you, man.
So no. So I got something for you, and the only person I ever told was my wife. And when we first bought this house, we used to collect crystals, right? And so
I'm not going back to your house.
So we collected these crystals, and I had these pyramid-shaped crystals on the side of my bed. And then, so it started off. I started hearing. It's almost like an electric engine in my left ear, and it starts pulsating. That's the first thing So then, one eye I can see my room. The other eye I see some really bad dudes. In this like really rundown place doing bad things. And it's like I can see my room and it's like where, I was like, how is it possible? Then I see it, like this black shadow in my room staring at me. I can't move. I'm screaming. My wife doesn't hear me. She doesn't hear. I'm like, but I can't move and nothing's coming out. Like I can hear me inside, but nothing's coming out. And I'm like, so then I'm like, yo, what do I do? And it's getting closer. I can't. So then all I can think of is start saying the Our Father who art in heaven in my mind, and then it just disappears.
That shit scares me.
And then it just disappears. So I run out the room. And I'm like,
remove Poe for the moment.
So I run out the room and I go get my wife, and I'm like, I said, you didn't hear me? My dogs. Nobody can witness it. So at first I didn't correlate it to the stuff that's on the side of my bed until it happened again. And then I was like, yo, so I got rid of all those crystals and the pyramid stuff from the side of my bed. And then I switched to the other side of the bed because it was always on that one side. So it's like, well, maybe. And then it didn't happen for a couple. Then it happened again. I was like, yo, what's going on? So then I couldn't sleep for a long time. I couldn't sleep. I would stay up at night and I'm like, with one eye open, I'm like, yo, what is this? And I was always looking in the air. I'm like, what? Yeah. And so, and then one day it was just me and the dogs at the house. And we have this little one of those small little hallway closet doors that's just like an empty hollow space. That thing slammed open. The dog started barking and I go looking. It slammed open. It was locked. And I was like, yo, this place is crazy. and so that's my story. Don't think I'm crazy, although crazy, but it's crazy.
Shit, yo.
It's crazy.
Yo, what you call it? Joe Holly said he had something like that happen to him. He wishes he was on the podcast. And then John, just so you know, Michael said, where he goes, John, you're supposed to follow that joke up with, I'll see myself out. It just bounced.
Yo, John keep with John like I'm learning. John, you gotta work on your punchlines because that's one of those conversation killers. I was like,
I'm trying to look out for Anibal. I'm trying to look out for Anibal. I don't want anything to happen to him. I had to relate my experience.
Honestly, when we were talking about this, when we were talking about this in the chat, and you mentioned that dream, Anibal, I said, yo, let's talk about aliens, but it has nothing to do with aliens. Like this is all legit ghost stories right now, which I'm into.
At that moment when you mentioned it, I thought it could have been aliens. It could have been anything.
That's what I thought. Exactly what I thought because
real. I know that much.
I'm like, how did that fit? Yeah, because that first thing I start saying, how did that figure come into the room? Number one, and nobody sees it. And then why is it that it's stopping my ability to speak? Because I can see it. I can see myself in the room, but with one eye. Because the other eye, I see some crazy stuff happening in another world of room, and I'm like, what is this? It's the craziest thing. It makes you think you're nuts. Nah, totally then you start hitting the bottle. You're like,
but Anibal, does it say in your research did you find out why it happens? Like, is this something like?
Okay, they didn't say
stress.
Listen to this. They didn't say why it happens, but they said things to prevent. To not do so to prevent it from happening, and some of the things I already kind of know, and they're things that I do. So I said
chronic,
whatever. Caffeine. They say lay off the caffeine, and I sometimes have a string of days where I'll be hitting the caffeine hard, and then I'll stop. Maybe I think that day I might have had too much or whatever. Yeah. Like maybe more than one cup is a lot for me because I'm jittery as it is. When I drink the caffeine, it amplifies that. So they said that's one of the things. Lay off the caffeine and little things like that. You know what I'm saying?
The cocoa. Yeah. You sure it wasn't the other cocoa?
Not to my little friend.
Say hello.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic. I mean, I didn't even I wanted to talk more about extraterrestrial, but it kind of veered towards extraterrestrial. But it's interesting,
No, dude, I love ghost stories, bro. Like I love what I always liked hanging out with like my older, obviously my grandparents and shit.
The elders in the family have the best stories.
Or like people from the old country, like people from that lived in the campos, that lived in the woods.
All that stuff, bro.
They got all kinds of crazy stories. They're freaking great. Michael said it's the big cookie, and he went
the big cookie.
All right, I'll tell you about the big cookie. Right, me and Mike work together. I'll tell you about the big cookie. Me and Mike work together, and people that know me know I got a little bit of a sweet tooth. You know what I'm saying? I'm into fitness, all that, but I got a sweet tooth. Chocolate chip cookies are my weakness. Okay, so every time I see Mike in the parking lot, he's going into work, and on my way out, on my break time, I'm going to go buy myself a big chocolate chip cookie. He'll see me in my car. I'll be eating my big chocolate chip cookie on my break. So, yeah.
Yo, big shout out to Michael, man. Michael does a lot of...
Mike is the man, bro. You guys got to have him on, bro.
Absolutely. He always supports.
He's got to
Yeah, he's on the show all the time. Michael, thank you so much for all the support, brother. We're definitely going to have you on the show. Talk a little bit about what you do, because he sounds like he's a creator, right Anibal?
Yes, sir. He's a writer. He's the creator behind one of the coolest titles I've ever heard in an indie comic, the Technogods, which I had the pleasure of working on his cover for issue 2, which should be coming out. I don't know when. Tell us, Mike, when is it coming out? But issue 2, I worked on the cover for that. But yeah, nice. Technogods.
All right, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to slide up in your DMs, Michael. No.
You can slide up on your own.
He's like, Michael, stay away from my DMs. Dude, we're definitely gonna have to have you on the show, brother. So, good topic, dude. We definitely. I mean, that was freaky as hell, dude. Freaky as hell.
Crazy, dude.
I think it just happens to Puerto Ricans.
Jonathan dropped the phone.
That one was a goodie. That made the phone drop. That was
the phone kicked the table.
He just disappeared on us.
The aliens got him. They got him.
There he is.
That got me. That caught me off guard. That was something. That was something, Sam.
Hey Sam, you got a new background there? That's kind of cool. I like that.
Thank you. I've always had this one.
That graffiti, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, on the Craze and less.
Oh, okay. Maybe I need to watch that more then.
Yes. Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, did you catch Jonathan's Celestine on What's in the Box?
Did it went up already?
Yeah, 6 p.m. this evening. Yeah.
All right. There you go, John. Well, Johnny. I mean, we'll get him back. We'll get him back. Yo, so in the next half hour of the show, we're gonna have Charles Dixon come on. He's gonna complete the Voltron transformation over here with the 5 of us.
Word.
And he's gonna talk to us about his book, his trailer that he did for the book, and then I wanted to discuss a little bit about the virtual cons, man. The virtual cons that are happening now. It's like the thing, and how we can monetize it. I mean, back in the day, it sounds like we
your guess is as good as mine. The only monetization is happening if you're the big boys, because they buy the airtime.
No, you know what? That's true. I think I have something, and I'd like to, just talk to you guys about it. But we'll wait for Charles to get on that. Michael says Technogods is coming soon. Just waiting on my partners to agree on a date.
There it is.
So Technogods is coming. That is a cool title, though.
That's a dope title, bro.
That is a very good title.
Yes.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Yes. So
give credit to Michael, coolest dude. He had bought and supported Anibal's book, so I had reached out to him and asked him to support Celestine. No problem. He was like, any friend of Anibal is a friend of mine. Anibal's represented.
Oh, do you know what you're asking for?
He should tell me right then, back me up.
There you go. Oh, Johnny, that's what I wanted to ask you too. If people want to buy your book, and if they haven't seen it yet, Sam did a really good piece on it. What's in the Box features your book, and that's on now. I mean, don't leave. Check it out after the show. But how can they get your book, dog?
Right now, I actually have an online store, but I'm trying to set it up so that it's a little more accessible and easier to navigate through. Right now, they could actually pay through PayPal, reach me through Facebook. I'll contact them and get their address and mail it right to them.
Where can they reach you?
They could reach me on Facebook, Jonathan Syphax on Facebook. Message me there through the chat. I'll respond back, give them the PayPal address, they send the payment, and I'll mail it directly to them until
Nice.
I can get the store more organized.
Sweet. Michael also says that Celestine was very good.
It is very good. And I just so if you guys didn't watch the box, you should, because John displays his writing skills in 3 different styles, 3 different time periods, and does it really well. And I was really impressed with the work. So I think you guys really need to check it out. Kudos to you. You guys did a great job with it.
Sweet. There you go, Johnny. There you go. Also, one more thing. At the end of the show, we talked about this. I think it was during the recap show. For in the new year, we're gonna push the whole supporting independence. So at the end of every show, we're gonna have a shameless plug, where we just basically plug an independent randomly. We have an independent we're gonna be plugging on today. That'll be at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. Check that stuff out. And it's 2 minutes from Charles coming on. I don't know if he's in the waiting room yet.
He's not in the waiting room yet.
He's not in there yet, but that's cool. So what else we got? What else we got going on?
UFOs?
Yo, what's up with the UFOs, dude?
Yo, did you hear the latest conspiracy?
What's
So
up?
the latest conspiracy is, and I'll play it for you guys. Hold on one second. I prepared this for the show.
Damn, look at you.
Yeah, that ain't playing. So hold on one second.
Johnny, what are you drinking? You drinking tea, bro?
I'm drinking water. It's going to kill me.
All right, here we go. So I'm gonna play it for you guys. Anibal, you got it?
It's going to kill me.
So here it is. Hold on.
Got Paddington though.
Here it is.
I see
So
that.
that's big.
Come on.
We can't hear anything.
Once upon a time, Donald Trump was ready to tell the world that aliens exist. Hell broke loose and the aliens intervened. They told the US president to resist. So why did Trump listen to the ET? Because the two have signed a treaty. And guess what? Israel is also party to this. Says who? Meet Haim Eshed. Reports claim he was once the head of Israel's space security program. The man recently gave an interview to an Israeli newspaper. What he said was out of the world, quite literally. He said aliens not only exist, but have also made contact with humanity. That should be great news. So where exactly are these aliens? Escher told the newspaper that aliens are hiding among us. Sure they are. I could name a few, but never mind that. Why are these aliens hiding? Because humanity is
Illegal
not
aliens.
ready yet.
So this is the latest conspiracy. Conspiracy. So apparently, remember when Donald Trump was like, I'm going to say, that they exist, whatever, I'm going to expose it. No one's allowed to expose it. Not one president, because they're not the gatekeeper. There's a gatekeeper to the information if it exists. So I saw this and I was like, oh, this is cool for this show. When you guys brought it up, I said, I got something for you guys.
That's funny, dude. The reason why I brought it up actually was because I saw this. There was like some kind of report on the New York Post, I think, about debris from like alien debris that they actually saw come through in our atmosphere in like 2017 for the first time. so that's why I brought it up. But damn, I didn't even know you had this whole clip going on here.
Yeah. So look, I've been a believer in other forces that exist beyond us. We'd be ignorant to believe that we were the only ones. But and I've also did a report in college on it, and it was going at night, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And so when I gave the report, a lot of the students were afraid to leave the class because remember the battle in the sky that happened in Los Angeles back in
the fire in the sky?
Yeah. It was battle. It was called the New York Times put battle. Los Angeles Times put battle over L.A. And it was when we thought we were being attacked by the Russians or China, and there were these objects, and the military was just blowing arse, just shooting at the sky, and there was nothing. They were shooting at nothing. So I'm a big believer in it. And I had an experience back when I was in high school. Buddies of mine, we went to Rockaway Beach. We used to swim at night. We used to go to the beach and swim at 10 o'clock at night at Rockaway Beach. So one day we're going into the water, right? And I'm like waist chest deep. and I'm looking towards the shore, and all of a sudden it felt like an elephant hit the water, and this big splash came out of nowhere, and I'm screaming, and my boys are already on the sand, and they're hauling. I don't know how they got out the water so fast, and I'm screaming, help me, right? So we're running, and we get on top of the bleachers, and we're looking, we're like, we don't see anything, right? Then we see in the sky, far like in space, we just see an object just moving faster than a normal satellite would move, and then it breaks into three, and then it starts chasing each other. So we get scared. We run into, he lived in the projects, and so we ran into the building. We get up to he lived like on the 18th floor, and we go looking out the window. We don't see anything. But that was my only experience seeing these objects that were moving and dancing like fireflies, but they were in space and they were moving so fast. So that, so I've always been a believer, and probably why it influenced me to write Duty. There's an alien in my toilet.
There's an alien in my toilet. Yeah, dude. I mean, listen, I think, like you said, it would be silly to believe that there isn't anything else out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I mean when you see those videos with the military trying to figure out what the hell is that object.
Love that.
They they released on CNN. What is this? And if you look at if you go to YouTube and you look at all of the airplane pilots that are like reporting it to dispatch, the traffic controllers, like, do you see this on radar? Like, no. There's an object that's following us. No. It's clear right here. It's it's on the left side of our wing. No. That's the craziest stuff. Charlie's in the waiting room. We're gonna bring Charlie in.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Charlie said, "Love my good and plenty." Charlie said, "Really rings the belly." What's up, Charles?
Charles, what's happening, guys?
What's happening? What's happening?
Having lighting issues again, man.
Don't worry about it, brother. But look at me. I'm like in a bunker and shit. I'm like,
dude, man, hiding from everything. Lighting right there, man.
George is hiding. He's hiding.
Dude. John's got the best lighting, actually. Look at that kid.
Jeez.
I was setting up my lighting like 45 minutes before.
He said I was trying to get the lighting.
John looks like Buddha. John looks like Buddha.
He's about to get some sage advice.
I was like,
that's good enough. They say it's good.
So what's going on, Charles? How you doing, bud?
I'm good.
Yeah? Dude. That trailer, man. I still talk about the trailer. It's looking dope.
I enjoyed it, man. Dude, I honestly needed a puke bucket when you guys were watching. I thought I was just nerves, man.
Oh man! So for everybody watching who doesn't know, Charles Dixon is an artist, creator, unicycle rider. What is that called? The electric.
EUC, electric unicycle, baby.
Yeah, baby. He rides that. He's got a YouTube channel. You can check that out. Is Vex Comics still? It's making a comeback, right?
It is. I'm like I said, I took a hiatus. I worked on a trailer. You guys were seeing when I was making all the posts with that. Mm-hmm. And when I was setting up to do something, it just like the whole bottom end just got snatched out. And then the whole, COVID and all that type of stuff. So I was just like, oh man. And then when you had asked me, hey, Charles, you got something? I was like, yeah, I got something, man. I got something. So, yeah, but no, I have, like I said, I have enough stuff written to where I could actually do about 4 issues minimum. So nice. We'll see about, getting some of that stuff out. But no, Vex Comics is still alive and kicking.
Nice. Do you have is the website up? VexComics.com?
Website is up. Yep.
So Vex, so VEXED comics, COMICS.com.
Yeah, it's still
right. Cool. I'm glad you brought up the website, because I think at this point, as independent artists, I think, and Johnny was a big proponent of this, websites are probably what's going to help us push our products, right? I was like anti-website. I don't need it. But I see how much we need it even more, especially with conventions going away the way they have. I think that's a good avenue for people to be able to reach us and get our books at these from our websites. The John, is your website up?
It is up.
Okay.
It is up. I kind of tried to trim down some of the information pages so that people can navigate better, but it is up.
Yeah, cool. Anibal, you got something, or you're working on something? You're bringing Mass Media Studios Mass Media Studios back, or what?
The possession of one, but right now I'm pretty much playing in the field of the social media. It's been the most effective and the easiest for me to get to and get response from for the moment. Yeah. But I do believe I was very much like yourself, kind of against it. I just didn't see the point. But moving ahead into the future, it definitely is something that's very essential for even the smallest types of businesses. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. Definitely. And then we have Charles on here, and I know you guys. You guys, I think Anibal, you haven't seen him, and John, I don't think you. I don't know if you guys contact outside of this, but do you have any questions for Mr. Dixon at this point?
Wow.
Let's drill him. Let's drill him with some questions, man.
I haven't seen the trailer.
You didn't see
I haven't yet seen the trailer, but
That means you didn't watch the episode.
Oh, you just offended two people.
Yeah. This guy just said, "I've been watching you closely." How close? From Brazil? He's watching from Bangladesh.
Question though, like you're the creator, right? You're also director, writer, and actor in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. I wore a lot of hats. So I wrote the script, and again, it was loosely based.
As do I. That's why I can't watch all the episodes. Sorry. But anyway.
Yeah, he's eating cookies.
It's not loosely based. It's based on the comic. I would say more so the first issue, but I didn't want to take the entire first issue. So I bought some things that I didn't put in the first issue, if that makes any sense. And I wrote a quick script.
And the design on that first issue, I believe I have it. That's your face, correct?
Dude,
Yes, the cover.
This is.
It looks like you, right?
It is.
It's me. And believe it or not, I'm gonna say this. I had the same hairdo, man. That whole dude, I did. I still have a few pictures of that, and that stuff's locked way away.
You had hair?
I had the same. That whole headshot was me. I mean, I wasn't.
I gotta go dig that up. That's awesome.
Dude, I'll have the people come after you. Yeah, dude, that's what people don't understand. That whole hairdo, everything, that whole thing was me.
That's awesome, man.
That was all me. But that was done by Jason Ross. That cover was done by Jason Ross, and that pose was actually done out on in Jersey City on I think we used to live on Montgomery. Was it Montgomery Ave? I think I can't remember.
There's the Montgomery Ave.
Right out in front of the building, and that's why my eyes were slightly squinted because the sun was in my eyes. He was like, "Nah, dude, that's perfect." And
It's like work the camera, work that camera.
But I wrote the script. I did the props. AJ Media shot it. Michael from the Sev Network, he came and he helped shoot it. And I had some great actors. And some of the actors in it were actually artists that I work with. Oog, you guys know Oog. He's done a lot of stuff with Vex Comics. David Betts, artist. Chris, that played the crooked lawyer, he was actually a school teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. He's one of my neighbors. He was in it. Pamela Scott, she played Catherine. She's the first one that gave me my break in theater. And when I started, got my theater break. Who else was in there? The one that played my mom that did the voiceover. I worked with her. Her name's Kyacha Smith. So it was just cool to assemble all these people together, and we made it work. But I did a lot of the props. I made all the props. So yeah, I wore a lot of hats, but I was away because it taught me a lot that you can take a little bit and you can go a long way. And I mean, you guys can take and do the same thing because all you are creative. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So a lot of creativity goes a long way. We've all seen big, huge budget movies, and you're like, man, where did they spend the money? Because it's like, how can it be that bad? I mean, I take and I give credit to people because I know what goes into all that stuff. But it's just like you don't need a big, huge budget to make a decent film nowadays. You really don't.
Nope.
I know. Some of the cameras on these iPhones are ridiculous now, bro.
Did you ever see some of the films they make with iPhones and iPhones?
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Stuff has been nominated like for awards made on iPhones.
Word.
That's where we're at with it now.
That's crazy.
There's no excuses.
Yeah, man, it's incredible.
Yeah, with the drones now, you can get those aerial shots that you weren't able to get before. You can just get yourself a drone and fly over something, and it's totally awesome, dude. It's totally awesome.
Charles, I got another question for you. I'm sorry, George.
No, go ahead.
How far into the procedure are you? Okay, you shot the trailer. Is there more of the movie being made still, or are you done?
And from the last show, like Sam, you really got both of you guys, Sam and George, you guys got me amped up. I definitely, no, seriously, man, you guys really recharged my batteries, man. So now I'm trying to look where I can take and get it into the right hands. And before, when everything was like in comic book form or script form, because this was actually a movie script years ago, I put it into comic book form. The thing is, when you have a script, you're taking a chance of giving it to people your stuff can wind up somewhere and they take it.
Yeah.
Being where it is now that I have the comic books and I have that trailer, it's like, how are they going to take it?
Right.
You understand what I mean? Because it's already shot. It's already shot already. So it's like they really can't do anything with it unless they want to say, okay, man, we see where you're going. Let's go ahead and see if we can take and,
Right.
make this into a series or whatever, that type of thing. Because the groundwork, I think, is already laid. The blueprint is laid already.
Yeah.
It just needs some financial backing.
Right.
So do you have like a script for like you said, it was a movie script, but would you be using that if you wanted to move forward with a movie, or would you be?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm getting pumped.
No.
What I would do. This one, I went back and I was watching like the making of the Matrix. Most of those stories are done with storyboards, right? So all of us have storyboards. A comic book is nothing but a darn storyboard.
Yeah.
So you take each of that dialogue and those panels, your script is already written.
Yep.
So actually, you don't even need a script when you think about it. I mean, for people to read,
true.
yeah, but to lay out the story, the story's already laid out. Just shoot it like the comic book is.
Right.
So the major groundwork for any of our stuff to be made is already done.
Yeah.
To me, looking at that whole comic book and reading through it, you get more of what the movie's about than looking at a script. Because a script, you have to imagine everything, okay? The background's like this. Okay, this character looks like it. You look at a comic book, you got everything right there.
Exactly.
Right there. Then you got the trailer to go with it. Okay, it's the whole package. And Sam, I think you said that already. You got everything pretty much laid out.
Word. Oh, you were listening? You were listening?
Dude, I always listen.
Are you listening?
You're like Dumbo, bro.
I hear everything. I'm letting the man speak. I was catching up. You
You just gave Sam the best compliment ever. You just gave him a great compliment.
He has some good material, man. Some good nuggets. It pays to listen, but he was 100% correct, man.
Yeah, no. The story that John and I have been working on a story called Street Journal for years, dude. And like that is one of those stories that lends itself to like an independent film. You know what I mean? Where you can shoot it like almost like the way you were shooting your stuff and do it that way. But you're right. The blueprint is there, right? Why not just grab it and run with it?
Yeah, I mean it's. We just interviewed this cat that's going to be on in February. You guys will be so motivated by listening to him. His book got picked up. He's working on some licensing deals. The guy has more energy than 500 people in a room. Take no prisoners attitude. And it's just a hustler and very inspiring. And, everyone knows that, I'm a grinder myself, but he inspired me. I was like, whoa, man, right? So I think what you're doing is taking your life into your own hands and saying, how do I take what I love, capitalize on it, and try to give as many different sides to show how many sides there is to this project to as many people as possible, hoping to get it into the right setting, the right hands at the right time. And, the only way you can do that is by grinding, because it's not going to come to you, especially now in this tough economic time, the times of uncertainty. No one knows whether or not we'll get back to normal, if there's ever going to be a normal again. This might be the new normal. We don't know if we're ever going to have these venues again. People are second guessing whether or not to make large investments. They're looking to cut corners. So it's even more important now that you try to make it as easy as possible for those decision makers, because everything's being scrutinized.
Yeah. And talking about, uncertain times, we were talking, just teasing it at the beginning, talking about these virtual conventions, right? And how that's the norm now so far. I mean, there's been a few, and I think Anibal was talking to you earlier. You actually tried to attend. I think it was the New York Comic Con when they had it virtual, and it's a whole different experience. Now, I'm not just talking about obviously from a convention goer's point of view is different, but as an independent artist, right? We're used to packing our books up, going down to the convention, setting up our booth. We have our cutouts, our banners, whatever it is we have, and then we're ready for people to come in and engage them, talk to them, sell them our books.
Right. We
can't do that anymore.
Nope.
We can't. There is none of that. So what do we do? Do you guys have any ideas as to how we can use these virtual cons and sell at those cons?
And if you have any ideas, I'm listening, because I don't.
Please.
I don't.
The guys that are watching, if you have ideas.
I don't.
Yeah, that's I think trying to capture that. There's nothing like live energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're social beings, man, and that it's just hard to do that. It's not like a video game. It's just hard to do that. I think virtually. Not saying it can't be done, but it's tough.
It is tough.
No, it's tough.
I mean, think about when you're getting ready for the con, dude. It's like 2-3 days out. You can't even sleep, man.
Dude. You hype. There's a level of
I don't sleep during cons.
Dude, you can't sleep. Dude, I remember the last New York Comic Con I did, man. I was cutting wood in my kitchen, making parts of my booth. Dude, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm using the power, so I don't even care. I live in an apartment building. Yeah, I was amped up, man.
Oh, shoot.
And it's like, you don't sleep.
Yeah.
You don't sleep.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's different, dude. Like, see, this is the only thing that I can think of was this. Okay, Sam, you said it earlier today. What's the biggest draw? Celebrities, right? Celebrities, the main guys. A lot of these people have now, and I don't know because I haven't done any of these virtual ones. But what I'm thinking is they go on the screen, right? You can see them on the screen. People are asking them questions, and you're talking to them. Correct? Isn't that how it usually works? I don't know if you guys have seen any of those.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any.
So the way I've seen it, the formats that when it's a celebrity, you pay for and you have your questions asked. Like you submit your questions, you pay, and you get like I think it's like no more than 5 minutes with each celebrity. So because they'll have like 100 people wanting to talk to the celebrity. So
sure.
The way I saw it when they started releasing it last year was you paying for segments. You're paying. Then they have the broadcasting ones where they just have panels and you're watching it. But
see, for me,
I don't see how you can generate revenue when you're one of us.
But this is how, right? So I'm thinking when that's going on, eyes are going to be on that, right? The only way for us to survive, and I think that the conventions, maybe, I mean, if they're charging us to be at the show, is to put our information in that screen. So that
you have to pay for sponsorship,
but we would be paying for a table anyway, right? How much do you pay for a table at a New York Comic Con? $900 for a table. Mm-hmm. If you're paying, and again, I'm not saying that this is going to solve it, but what I'm saying is, even if they charge you $250, what they would charge you for a convention for a spot in that panel, that may be a way to generate a sales, anything. Now, it's never gonna supplement, us being in front of the people one-on-one selling, but at least we are there. You know what I mean? Because that is
the only way I see that. The only way I see that working is if you have sponsorship on multiple panels.
Yeah,
that they're saying sponsored
by.
That's what I'm talking about. And it has to be like some of the biggest panels.
With your website on
Hugh Jackman Wolverine's panel, whatever it is, and
Jim
it says sponsored by. That's the only way I can see people getting attention. I'll give you a perfect example. I attended a live YouTube event with one of the biggest podcasters on YouTube, and so I was constantly chatting. That led to a few subscribers. Because there's the engagement and whatever, but I had to spend 4 hours of my time in that whole setting to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think you have to be relentless. You just can't just do it and just assume it's just going to come. You still got to put in the work.
I agree. But I think that's actually piggyback on what I'm saying. If you have your sponsorship up there, right, and you're in that chat it up, bro. Do what you did for 4 hours. Just comment. Do this. Hey, I got this book. You have to hustle. It's almost like you have to be that annoying
every day I'm
start
hustling.
Getting people to notice you.
Yes.
Otherwise, these virtual cons, you know what I mean? It's a wrap.
Dude, I think there's a way around that. Actually, dude, I would tell you, I would share that with you guys off the air. Okay. I'm serious because I think someone would take it. There's a way around it. I've worked in the service industry for 26 years. There's ways around it.
Okay. And
I'd be willing to share that with you guys. I think we could all do it together.
Right.
There's ways around that. We could definitely do something. And I would be willing to share that with you guys. Like I said, we're family. But what I'm saying is I don't want to share certain things because put it out there, I guarantee you someone will yank it up.
Snatch it up.
Oh, absolutely.
But I don't think
5-finger discount.
we can do.
It's over.
There's definitely something we could do.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I have high hopes. Even like when we coming back with Cast the Craze, and I was like, one day, we're going to be at a con and we're going to host our own panel. And we're coming out just singing the hook to the opening of the show, and it's going to be hot, and everybody's going to be that. That's what. It's like it's like. So that's where I'm like, I'm thinking positively, but when I see what happened today at the Capitol and I see, all the stuff that's happening with all these additional strains, and I'm like, what if we're always going to be on lockdown? What if we're never going to be able to socialize anymore? That's the fear factor. What if we can never go to a ball game or go to a movie theater or go to a concert anymore? That's the scary part.
I believe we'll come back. The people, I think. Again, we're all social creatures. I hate calling us creatures, but we're social beings, man. And I think this is just for a short time. And I think things will come back. It'll bounce back. It has to.
Yeah. Man, I'm hoping so. But
it's like I don't want to say a controlled burn, but it's like a forest that's burned down and new growth comes up. So we're going to be new growth coming up.
Just to add to that, historically, if you guys know history, the Spanish flu, the recovery from that took up to 5 years for everything to get back to quote unquote normal.
I heard before anybody shook hands, it was like
before
5
anybody
years.
shook hands even.
Yeah.
But then, you got to consider that was a different time. Things were slower, medications, and, technology wasn't what it is today. So
3 years. Give us 3 years.
Oh, boy.
I definitely think 2021 is a wipeout.
Yeah, you think so?
Thank you, Johnny.
I think we're going to clear it this year.
Sam, mute him.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna mute that mother. Mute that motherfucker.
Thanks a lot.
Son of a bitch.
He doesn't say anything all show, and then he says this.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah, I think Trump was gonna announce aliens, and they said, "What? Corona." Shut it down. Shut it down.
Another way you could look at it is this is the time where we should be grinding. If you look at the most millionaires that were made in America was during the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And as we want to conserve and do this.
Well, that's what's happening in real estate right now. You have all of the people with capital that are buying the real estate that people are leaving in New York, and they're abandoning and moving out of state. These investors are coming in and just scooping it up because they know there's going to be an upward swing.
Yeah, it's going to come back.
Yeah.
The richer get richer, baby.
Doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Store your ideas, everything. Work up like squirrels storing nuts.
Yeah. Maybe Duty will get a cameo the next Ghostbusters with Slimer, right?
Sam, I got to give you a compliment. It was very good to talk about aliens when you have Duty going with your thing and you're releasing Duty. So that was a real smart, tied together. I like that. That was really good.
Thank you, Buddha. John's he's got that glow coming from below him. And you got Paddington Bear. Look at him.
Golden Child.
Yeah, that's my boy.
It's got the Golden Child, yeah.
All right.
Oh man! All right, so fellas, we talked about a little bit about virtual cons. Now, the fun part of the show, right? Your top 5 graphic novels. Everybody got 5?
I do.
I got my 5.
You got your 5? All right, John, you want to go first? You want to go last?
I don't want to start.
You what?
I don't want to start. I hate starting. I want to finish.
All right, bet. So I'll set it off. I'll start and then we'll go around. All right. My 5 in no particular order, and if you guys, I'm sure you guys heard most of these, because honestly, I was stuck for graphic. I was like, damn, do I not read that many graphic novels, dude? All right, so check it out. Origins, The Wolverine Origins by Andy Kubert. Andy Kubert did the artwork. Bill Hamas is Paul Jenkins, and Joe Quesada somehow got his name in there for the writing. But I have that one, Origin. The Killing Joke by Alan Moore. Right? Killing Joke, Alan Moore. Dude, the way they wrote the Joker in that book, and I'm not talking about the movie, because the cartoon movie I really didn't like, but that book, dude, the way they wrote the Joker was the ish.
Even the movie, even that new Joker movie, they took some of the stuff out of the
Yes, absolutely. Yep. You're right. Absolutely right. Hush, Jeff Loeb, Scott Williams, Alex Sinclair, and Richard Starkin. I have that one on my list. And Watchman, Alan Moore again. Dave Gibbons, you know what I mean? Like that changed kind of like the game a little. Back in the 80s, nobody was talking about, wait, superheroes can do what? Rape what? Like that was just something that was, nobody had seen anything like that. So to me, those are the five. Those are the five graphic novels for me. So who's next?
Who's next? Spin the wheel. Anybody?
Sam?
I'll go.
I already got 3, so you guys go first.
I'll go. Yeah, I just finished mine like 2 minutes ago too. I'll go. And it's like what you said, George. I realized how much of a not reader I am, or how long it's been since I read a graphic novel. But anyway, okay. For me, I kind of put them in order, not in order, but they came to my mind as game changers and that stories that had huge impacts and effects on the industry. So, okay, you said one of mine already, which was The Watchman. You know, for the same reasons. Wolverine Origins was very well written, very well done. I've always been a huge fan of that character. I was very disappointed when they came out with the movie. We talked about that already.
Yeah.
But
Adam Kubert's art in that book, bro.
Fantastic.
His artwork is so simple, but it was so good.
Yeah, exactly. It perfect for that time setting. It's a period piece basically, and his art style fit like so good for that. The next one is, for years and years and years, I heard of this guy, and his name is revered, and I had never really read him, and I just was like, I seen him at conventions. I was like, okay, what is the hype with this guy? So I finally brought it. The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller. When I read that, I was like, damn, I get it. I get it now. Like, I totally understand why he's like so revered, you know? Like, I was like hook, line, and sinker with it. Another guy I heard about a lot and wasn't really too familiar with back when he first came out, and he's also a big game changer, is Neil Gaiman, the Sandman. That's probably the
one I have.
Novel I read that over the summer, and while it is dated in terms of like the pacing and the artwork and all, the concepts and the writing is phenomenal. It takes you into a whole other world, like things that at the time I could see why it was groundbreaking. These were things people weren't even thinking about putting into this format. So game changer. And how many is that? Is that 4 or 5? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what. And then one of my all-time favorite character designs, and turned into a movie. And I think John might know this. And I've actually met the guy. He was cool as hell. He was a little out there, you know. James O'Barr.
I know this one.
James O'Barr, the Crow. You know, I read that a long time ago. And again, I was hook, line, sick with the design of the character really did it for me. And knowing the backstory, the creator's backstory, and how the story came to be was really what cemented my love for the character and the whole world. So those are my 5.
Gotcha. Yeah. You know, the funny thing about the Crow, I enjoy. You know, it's one of those things where like the people say, and John, and I know maybe you guys may disagree with me, but they always say the movie's never as good as the book.
Yeah.
For some reason, I found the movie to be better than the book.
Oh, it was good.
In this case.
I can't disagree with you there.
Right?
It took a lot of liberties with it, but it translated so well, and the lead actor was so perfect that I don't mind that it wasn't the book in this case.
And as campy as it was in some cases, the movie, it worked. They just worked. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
So who's next?
I love this because he quoted Pope. For me, that put it over the top. He's quoting Pope.
Yeah. A lot of influence, right, from Edgar Allan Poe stuff.
Who's up? What do we got?
Buddy, I'll go.
Charles, you ready? Yep.
All
right, I'll go.
Kicking my lights here.
Okay.
I'm up. All right.
This is
who's up?
This isn't a class by itself.
Who's up?
No, John.
Charles is up.
Charles is up.
Who's first? Who's on second?
You got it, bro.
Huh?
This one is in a class by itself. We couldn't even put it in the list. The Watchman, Alan Moore doing the writing, Dave Gibson doing the art. This is my number 1. Oh, and this is in its own class. I'm sorry. The Crow, James O'Barr, is in its own class. I couldn't even put it in the list because I thought those two was just too great and too groundbreaking.
Okay.
So my number 1 is Killing Joke, Alan Moore, and Brian Valindo. I'm saying his name wrong, but did the art. The second one, a lot of people don't know about this one. The Chair by Peter Simeti.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, I knew you always talk about that.
Love the shit. That's number two.
John, that was on my list too. I didn't even say it. But go ahead.
Word? Oh, okay. Yeah. Number 3, I just got onto this. Unbelievable writing. I had to put it on there. Even though it's a set of series compiled together in the graphic novel, I had to put it. Lock and Key is one of the sickest things ever written by Joe Hill.
So Lock and Key, right? And like you said, it's one of those things because they have different. I mean, I read like maybe the first 6 or the first compilation of them. Great, really
incredible,
spooky writing. Yeah, very good writing. But there's more, right? Like there's more of them, isn't there?
Absolutely. They're actually doing another 0 issue they just came out with, and they just released another 3 issues for another story arc literally within these past couple of weeks. So it's still going strong. Incredible writing. He just gets better and better.
There you go.
Yeah. Number 4, Batman Arkham Asylum. Love that. House of Series is Grant Morrison and David McKean does the art. And my number 5 is Joker by Brian Azzarello. Honorable mention, the continuation of that, there.
Can't argue with that.
There you go.
Not at all.
Top shelf.
Top
There you go.
notch. And you gave us 7. You're the man right there.
Yeah, I know.
You gave us 7. Show off. Charles, what you got, Charles?
All right. Order doesn't matter. And some of these things are like you guys said, these are multiple issue comics that were actually put into graphic novel form. Okay. I think a lot of graphic novels started out that way, multiple issues, and they just compiled it. First one, I got to give props to Vex Comics Internal Fury graphic novel.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
This one actually was huge for me. And it basically set the stage for the whole MCU, Infinity Gauntlet. Dude, that thing was...
You talking about this right here? You talking about this right here?
Yeah.
You talking about this right here?
Yeah. That thing...
My favorite.
Yeah, it's like... The thing is, that graphic novel, if they could have did that with the movie, with all the different people, oh my goodness, man, that thing.
If they had the rights to all the characters, they would have.
Yeah, man, that's what I was hoping. But I mean, it was good, but still, that book was phenomenal.
Yes.
Another one, and you heard it from me first, because I believe this is where Marvel's going. Secret Wars. I believe that's where it's going next. I believe Secret Wars, that's where it's going next. I love that growing up.
You talking about this? You talking about this?
Jesus Christ. Sam, you got the Killing Joke, right?
Of course.
That's mine, dog. Give me that back.
You talking about this? Are you talking about this?
I'd like that back, please.
Then, the Killing Joke. I said that to Batman, the Killing Joke.
Right here.
Just, I don't know.
I got you. I'm Vanna White. I'm Vanna.
Dude, I don't know what it is. I think right now, if I could write a story for any character, and I said I wouldn't write really for any, would be Batman. I don't know what it is about that.
Yeah, Batman. I'm counting the number of graphic novels that we mentioned, and so many are Batman-themed comic, like graphic novels, or as Mark said, Mark from the radio came from the radios on, and he says, "You saw that? They're all like compiled." But go ahead. Sorry, Charles.
Yeah, dude. And then this was another good one, Civil War. But I liked the Civil War with the books. The movie was good. It was probably one of the top
I don't have it in my hand.
movies. But it only scratched the surface of what Civil War was about, man. Because again, all the characters, a lot of the main plot wasn't even used in Civil War.
Yeah.
Now, that's one thing that drove me crazy about that. And then this would be my honorable mention, Kingdom Come. Alex Ross.
Oh, you talking about this? You talking about this?
Oh my goodness, man, you're all right.
Did you guys get together and plan this thing out?
Right? They pre-planned.
You're stealing my thunder.
Straight up and away.
So mine is Kingdom Come. Yeah, I got it right here.
Wait, hold on, Charles, you done?
Yes, that was it.
I'm getting your book.
Watchman.
Yes.
Crisis.
That's a good
You know.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet. You had to bring it up. There's Secret Wars. The Sandman.
Yeah.
And then there's Nail in My Toilet. This is the baddest book on the planet, right?
Oh man,
This is the book.
yeah,
So
that's great.
that's mine.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, no, there's a lot of books there, dude. I gotta do some reading. I gotta get some.
You
of
should
those,
see
right?
my collection. It's crazy. I have everything up there. Everything
Yeah.
you guys mentioned is right on my shelf.
That's awesome.
My biggest problem with me is usually when I'm in my creative mode, I don't read anything. I'll probably watch some movies, but as far as reading books, it's like I don't want anyone else's stuff floating around in my head while I'm writing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I kind of got out of reading stuff. But like you said, dude, Batman was almost in everyone's list. There was at least one
Right.
Batman title on
Yeah.
the list. This is crazy, man.
Yeah. No, iconic character, dude. Like I think, and it pains me to see what they cannot do with some of these DC characters in
I
their
don't
movies.
understand it.
I don't get it, dude. You have the most iconic characters: Superman, Batman, Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman, 1984.
Oh, dude.
I just
Yeah, you've all seen it, Sam. You saw Wonder Woman, 1984? No, Charles, did you?
I refuse to.
Good.
Because you know what it is, and I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but I'm like,
Say it anyway.
dude, I'm used to getting cussed out at cons. It's like people they don't write stories anymore that they like. It's like, I'm gonna write what I like and I think other people like. Now it's like, okay, I gotta write this because it's a social justice. You understand? It's like, just write a good effing script. Or take one of the popular Wonder Woman stories that everyone loves, bring that thing to the screen. You got all these great comic book stories, bring it to the screen. But everyone wants to be like politically correct. I'm like, nah, man, please.
Exactly.
Interesting, yeah.
I'm going to enjoy a movie, man.
Yeah.
But they
I
don't do
gotta
that.
admit, I enjoyed it a little more on the second watching. I watched it again, and I
You
was
did?
able to appreciate more of what went on with it. It's still not a good movie, but my enjoyability factor went up.
It's getting a lot of great reviews.
It got great reviews?
I mean, people are raving about it all over the freaking internet.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think bad publicity is good publicity too, right? So, like, everybody's like, it's so bad, you should see it. Like, okay, let me go watch it. You know?
All the reviews I've seen were bad.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, most of the ones I saw. And then like some of the comic people I know, they're
Yeah.
I was talking to my boy outside.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get HBO Max. I'm like,
Yo, Sam, Mark says, do you have Future Imperfect by Peter David and George Perez?
That's a
He's
good one.
looking.
it's probably in there.
Yeah,
It's probably in there. I mean, I have tons. I have two.
Yeah.
I have tons.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Now, I do have a question for the group. Me and George actually got in a conversation about Wonder Woman, and he made a point, and I want to get your viewpoint on it. George was saying that you got to take comic movies, specifically DC, basically for what they are based on their history and the quality of what came before it. My attitude was, I don't care what your history was. You have the money to hire the best writers. You have the money to hire the best visual people. And yet, there's people who haven't even got breaks who are writing better material. There's no excuse. What do y'all feel on that?
I got a quick fix. I got a quick fix for that. DC needs to take the writers from their animated series and let them write the movie.
Wow.
My man.
Their animated movies, it's like vice versa. Marvel's animated movies aren't that great.
You're so right. That is so right.
These
Spot on.
animated movies, if they would take those same people and let them write the movie scripts,
Hell yeah.
that's it, man.
Spot on. And just to piggyback on what John said, to me, the way I'm almost like, I expect crap from DC. Like, I'm not even disappointed. And that was my point. That was my point with what John was saying. I expect crap. When I see a good movie from DC, I'm like, oh, snap, because I expect crap. You understand what I'm saying? So my level of expectation is down here. Like, I don't expect much from you guys. So when they do something good, I'm like, oh snap, that's nice. So when everyone's like, oh my God, Wonder Woman's terrible. What do you expect? It's DC, dude. Like, that's what they do. Like, unfortunately,
I gotta admit, George, I fell for the trailer, man. I saw what they did with the colors and the sequence in the mall, and Gal Gadot's action, and I'm like, damn, this looks like it could be. It's probably not gonna be as good as the first, but it looks like it has potential. And I went in thinking, you know, I had high expectations, I could say. And after that first opening sequence, I don't want to, you know, spoil it for Sam. After that, it was kind of like all downhill from there. I'm like, wow, they really, you know, this is a stinker.
All right. So, guys, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but we got to wrap up the show because we do have an interview waiting in the waiting room that's not going to be live, that we have to get down. But any final statements?
Well, real quick before the final statement, Sam, the shameless plug of the week is going to our friend, and we all know him, Keith Murphy, for his Road to Valhalla. Congratulations on making your goal on Kickstarter. That book is coming out soon. I can't wait to get my copy and read it. Kudos to you, my friend, and keep doing the good work. Final thoughts, fellas. Go for it.
One of DC's most hidden gems. Underrated movie ever, Constantine.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Actually,
I enjoyed that.
Rumor is they're supposed to do a sequel to that. I don't know. But I think Constantine was one of the most underrated, because most people don't even know Constantine was with DC. A lot of people went to see it.
True.
Underrated.
Awesome.
Good job.
Anibal?
Yeah, man. Everybody just stay safe. God bless, and happy reading.
And check out next week's What's in the Box. Next week will be Little Steve's room. Closet. Little Steve's Closet will be on What's in the Box next week. Buddha, how about you?
The closet is in the room.
All right, Buddha, you got any last words? That's you, John.
That's you, John.
That's you, John.
I want my music.
I want my music.
All right. So thank you all. Oh, go ahead, John. I thought you were done. I thought that was a statement. I thought I want my music. Go ahead, John. You always throw me off.
Great show. Please support my brothers here. Charles doing this thing. Support him. And all the independents, let's come together and just lift each other up. Because at the end of the day, we only have each other, and the competition is only us against ourselves.
That's deep.
Well said, John.
Buddha, baby.
So,
Yeah, buddy.
if you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any comments, put them in the box below. Please subscribe. Tell a friend. We'd love to see you next time. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera.
George the Dreamer Medina.
And we are out, wherever the credits are.
Later, guys.
It's just it's not. Crazy. Acquiesce. No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce. I met him. Say my name, right? This is what you were thinking? Oh my God. He described me. He said, I'm the...
What? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze on Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.